Hello everybody, good morning, and welcome to another episode of Tech Motoring. I'm Paul, as you know, and today we are taking a road trip. So we are actually leaving here in Myrtle Beach and taking a short road trip down to Folly Beach, South Carolina, just south of Charleston. And we're just doing a quick weekend getaway, just going to someplace new, someplace different, seeing some family. It's the morning right now, we're not leaving until the afternoon. This is the current situation. It's raining quite a bit outside, but we're not leaving for at least a few more hours. So hopefully it'll clear up and we won't have to deal with this the whole way down there. So total trip is going to be about 2.5 to 3 hours, depending on, well, weather, traffic, and some other things. So in a little bit, we're gonna jump in the car, we're gonna take a look at the map, see where we're gonna end up for tonight. Hopefully this is not so bad, and hopefully the traffic is also not so bad. Anyway, stay tuned. We'll be right back. All right, everybody. Well, you join me now in the car staring at the navigation screen here of the Tesla Model 3 Performance that will be driving down to Folly Beach. Actually, we're going to be staying in Charleston. So as we can see, we have about a 2.5 hour drive as of right now. It's still early. We're not leaving for probably another 2 hours. Whenever my wife gets home from work is when we're going to be leaving. So as we can see, we have a bit of a drive, and as you can see, we have this long stretch here where we won't see any superchargers over this 100 and I think it's about 15 mile stretch that we have to get to our hotel down in Charleston. And so even though I will be charging up to probably around 100%, it's not really necessary. It's just so we don't have to sit at the charger as long when we get down there, because we are staying at a hotel that's located pretty close to a supercharger, as you can see here. So at least we know if we need to charge for any reason, we are just a hop, skip, and a jump to a supercharger just in case. Because we will be making some commute trips from here all the way over to Folly Island here on Folly Beach. And so we're going to be making that trip every day, which is about 12 miles, I think, from the hotel to this beach here. So even though we're going to be doing that, we're going to probably need to charge up maybe once over this weekend. So we're just going for a quick weekend getaway down in Folly Island, Folly Beach area. And yeah, so that's going to be pretty cool. So the one thing I will bring up is why we're not bringing the Mach-E on this trip, because typically, let me go ahead and spin this around here. So typically on a vacation like this, where it's relatively close to home, I would rather just choose the Mach-E for this trip, because we're going to be going a pretty short distance. We can get there easily on one charge. But the problem is the charging infrastructure. The charging infrastructure is so bad on the East Coast where I live that it's just annoying for me to have to, try to worry about charging the car. I mean, for one thing, I can't find a single hotel with a level 2 charger. Most of that area of the Folly Beach area has no level 2 chargers whatsoever. There's not even really any CCS charging anywhere in this area. Let me show you real quick where we're looking. So if you want to CCS charge your vehicle, your actually closest bet is somewhere, I can't remember exactly where it is, but somewhere out here is like the closest CCS charging. I think it's Electrify America at like a Target or something. But that's the closest CCS charging to this area here. So as we can see, there's already a really bad stretch from where I live all the way down there with no charging. But there's definitely no CCS across this corridor. Actually, I think there's one. There's a car dealership down in like this area, which is completely unnecessary because it's only like 30 miles from home. But yeah, so there's like no CCS charging all the way down this coast, and the closest thing to charge would be somewhere over here. I believe it's, actually I think it's pretty close to this supercharger, which is way out of the way. And for level 2s, there's really nothing here as well. So we've decided that after all of that, it would just be easier for us to just take the Tesla Model 3. Though we have more room in the Mach-E, we could stack everything up a little higher because it is a crossover. Unfortunately, just due to some charging constraints, we're not going to do that. And since we're staying at a hotel, it's not like we can really just plug in anywhere we want. And the hotel does not offer a level 2 charging. In fact, none of the hotels that I saw in that area that we wanted to stay in offer level 2 charging. And that's really going to be a big thing going forward, is level 2 charging at hotels is going to be so necessary. It's going to be so needed because it's going to make everything so much easier, right? You stop at a hotel, you plug your car in, you let it charge up overnight, you get going the next morning. You don't have to stop at a charger when you get to the hotel that night, or you don't have to stop at a charger first thing in the morning. You could just plug it in. It'll take 8, 10, 12 hours maybe to charge your vehicle on the level 2. You get back in it the next morning and off on the road you go. So that's going to be something that's going to be kind of interesting in the future to see, is how hotels will start adopting level 2 charging. Now, if you've seen our previous episodes of our trip to Colorado, you know that we did utilize hotel charging occasionally. Unfortunately, it gets really expensive really quick. I mean, that one night we stayed at a hotel, it was almost $30 to charge my car overnight. Completely overpriced, unnecessary, and honestly at that point it probably would have been smarter to just supercharge a few miles away from where we were. And but unfortunately it was 11 o'clock at night and I just wanted to get to bed. So that's kind of how the hotels get you. They get you based on convenience. But anyway, like I was saying, we're going to be getting on the road very soon. And so you're going to come along the ride with us. You're going to take a look at our trip on the way down there, which unfortunately is not much major highway, which is why it's going to take 2.5 hours, possibly longer with traffic, to go 115 miles to the hotel. So we'll see from there. But anyway, stay with us. We're going to come right back at you. Just want to show the versatility of the Model 3. We got beach chairs, beach umbrella. Underneath in the sub frunk, we actually have our beach bags with all our necessary towels and everything. Under the sub frunk there, which is an awesome thing to have. Over here in the front of the car, we just have our miscellaneous roadside accessories and stuff that we need. 120 volt charger in case we need it. Glass cleaning wipes, just an emergency kit just in case we need to do anything on the side of the road. We got all that necessary stuff right here in the front, which is nice because that doesn't take up any space anywhere else in the car. And that leaves us all the space back here for all of our equipment and paraphernalia that we'll need for our drive down there. So really cool. Love the versatility. Love all the extra space that the Model 3 gives you. Just electric cars in general, or at least most electric cars. But Tesla really knocks it out of the park, giving you all that extra storage that you get. Really cool. Good job. And this is why we don't have to necessarily take the Mach-E, because the Tesla has plenty of space in it for what we need. All right, ready to go?
Ready.
All right, so we got a short trip ahead of us. Well, I mean, short compared to, you know, what we've normally been doing.
Our last trip.
Our last trips, yeah. So let's see, we are throwing in the hotel, and it's showing 2.5 hours. 2 hours, 27 minutes, 115 miles. Looks like we got a little bit of traffic where you typically would hit traffic at this time of the day. It is a Friday, and we are leaving at about 20 after 3. So, unfortunately, yeah.
Couldn't get out of work any earlier.
Yeah, well, that's okay. So, we're going to try to get there for dinner. It says we're going to get there with about 63%, and we are charged up to 100% right now. So, we are going with a full tank. And, yeah, so we'll see how things go as we get along down the road. There we go, green light. All right, well, we are over 30 miles into our trip already, and we're on the only route, unfortunately, to get us down towards Charleston, which is 17, which is just light after light after light, and we're just hitting every single light, it seems.
Yeah.
So it's taken us a little bit forever to get down there at this point. But our efficiencies are really good. So we're at 274 watt hours per mile, which is really awesome to see. And here we go at a red light again. But unfortunately, this is the only route we have to get down to Charleston. We're only on the highway for a short stint in the very beginning. That gets us about 15 miles or so, and then we are just stuck on these, I wouldn't even call them, I guess they're more like business routes that get us down to basically the Charleston area. So we're going to be stuck on these for probably the next 30 or 40 miles with a little bit of 55, 60 mile an hour zones in between. There's a lot of cops out tonight for some reason.
Yes.
It's probably 5 or 6 of them we've seen already
Mm-hmm.
in just that short little bit. So yeah, but we can keep on moving, and we'll see you as we get closer. Currently sitting in a little bit of traffic, just trying to get through some lights. We could see we're about 44 miles since we charged up, 264 watt hour per mile, looking really good. Getting a little traffic just to getting through Georgetown here, like typical, nothing special there. Even if it wasn't rush hour, we'd still be hitting something here. That's the way it always is. About 20 after 4 right now, but still making pretty decent time. Says we'll be there by about 5:45. So let's see if that holds true, and if we can make up some time in the process. So here we go. Okay, 66 miles into the trip. We are 1 hour from the hotel, as long as we don't hit any traffic. And actually, it's been pretty smooth so far, amazingly. We're on one of the kind of highways right now. Speed limit's about 60. So we are just cruising along. Nobody really around us. Oh, I say that right when the speed limit goes down to 50. Look at that. Anyway, yeah, so other than that, it's actually been pretty smooth. There's really not much traffic out here. It's 4:45 right now. So we're really hoping that when we get closer to Charleston, we don't hit that major rush hour traffic. Though most of the traffic should be coming out of the city. I really don't know how the traffic pattern works there. So yeah, we're cruising along. What do you think so far?
It's been a smooth ride.
Yeah, it's been going well. I was really worried that we were going to hit a lot more traffic on this road right here, but no, so far so good. So we'll see what happens when we get to Mount Pleasant, and then of course we have to cut through Charleston, so we'll see how that goes. All right, we'll see you soon. Co-pilot,
Hi.
I need your help. We have to change our destination.
Okay. You're going to the dot, right?
Yeah, just hit end destination or end trip there.
End trip.
Yeah, we don't need that anymore.
Okay.
Hit the navigate button.
Navigate.
Tides Motel. It's over there.
Tides.
Is that it? Tides Folly Beach. Now just type. Keep going. Keep typing.
Tides Motel.
Did she say motel or hotel?
Hotel. That's it. That doesn't look like it.
In 500 feet,
I don't think that's it.
to
No,
stay on
that's,
North Highway 17.
Maryland.
Now
That's,
make a U-turn
going
to
up
stay
north.
on North
End
Highway
trip.
17.
End trip. All right, let's try that again.
Navigate. You think it's the Tides Folly Beach? That's the Center Street Folly Beach Center.
No, click on that, see what happens.
Drive west on North Highway 17 for 13.1 miles.
Yeah, that looks like it. All right, awesome. Well, forgot to update everybody when we got here, but we're parked over here at the Folly Beach Pier. We got here about 117 miles, 262 watt hours per mile. Really good. 59% battery left, so plenty still left in the tank. We're now heading back to our hotel, which is about 12 miles away. In fact, let me go ahead and throw that in there. See what comes up. Actually, this shows 15 miles. That's fine, depending on, I guess, which way we go. Either way, it'll let us know how to get there. About a half an hour drive. All right, well, let's get going. Dark. It's really dark. All right. Made it to the hotel for the night. It's almost 10 o'clock, so we are going to get in, and tomorrow we're going to be going back to Folly Beach and seeing this rental house or whatever they got down there. So anyway, stay tuned. We'll get some more footage here, and then of course we're going to have more footage on the way back home. So we'll see how that trip goes as well. Plus we got to stop for a supercharge at least once, so stay tuned. All right, well, we are going to head into Charleston for a little bit today, and I think we are going to head to this parking garage, which on PlugShare says that there is 2 chargers. So let's see if we can get to those chargers. Ooh, 19 minutes. All right, well, we're going to head out on the road. Beautiful day today. Already 83 degrees. Charleston's probably going to be nice and toasty today. Let's head on out. ourselves plugged into the level 2 charger here in the parking garage. Really awkward parking though. They have these on an angle, so I had the back in because the cord was too short to reach. Very interesting setup there. Doing 30 amps, but you know what? That's fine. We're going to be walking around, and since we had to pay for parking, well, we might as well try to get some free charging while we're at it as well. So anyway, let's go enjoy some beautiful Charleston and not this garage. Traveling through Charleston, leaving now. We got charged up to 69%. Not bad for a free charge. Costed us $6 to park the car, so really not too bad overall. And now we're just going to head towards the direction of Folly Beach, Folly Island again for today. And we'll go see this rental house that they got. So join us in a few minutes. No, my friends, this is not nature. This is a Walmart parking spot. I've never seen a Walmart parking lot with a jungle in the middle of it. All right, Sunday morning, last day here. We are at 51%. Come on, focus camera. There we go. 51% to start. 51% state of charge, 9 o'clock. We got a late start here, but what we need to do is we need to get to a supercharger just for a short while, just so we can top off here, and then we got to drive all the way back to Folly Beach, spend a few hours there today. We'll see, maybe a little longer, and then we'll be heading home, which is going to be going up this way. So what we want to do is charge up while we're close to the charger itself. We'll go ahead and throw that in. I think it's a version 3. We've got a mile to get there, so let's just get over there, get charged up, and then we'll spend the rest of the day on the beach. The car's screaming right now because it's trying to precondition the battery for fast charging and wants us to get there with the best temperature possible. The car's been sitting all night long. This is the worst possible time to try to charge your battery because, well, it's not at the proper temperatures to be charged. So considering we have a short 1 mile trip to get to the charger, it's got a lot of preconditioning to do before it'll actually make it to where the proper temperature is. But anyway, here we are sitting at a red light. Got a little bit more to go here just to get to the charger. Hopefully it'll precondition enough. We'll get some decent charge and only have to be there for maybe 10 or 15 minutes. And then we could get back on the road and head on out. Alright, made it to the destination here. Got the chargers all to ourselves, which is awesome. This early in the morning. Let's go ahead and plug it in. Look at these high stalls here. Really high off the ground. Tall curb. Really interesting kind of look to them. Looks like we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 stalls here. Very nice. Got a handicap stall here. That's good to see. And yeah, nice location. You can see the chargers over there. Very nice. Nice installation. They even got them under the trees, which is actually really good to see as well. All right, while we're charging up here, let's just see what we're gonna get. The car was continuously preconditioning. We are at 96, 95 kilowatts. Honestly, at 50%, that's not too bad. I mean, we might get it normally a little over 100 kilowatts at this point. So 93 is not too bad. But the good thing about this is that it's going to give us our battery. So what this is going to do is going to give us a good temperature on our battery while we charge it. So this means the car will be more efficient. We'll drive down to the beach house today. The car will sit for a few hours, but really won't cool down that much, so that means the car should stay pretty warm for most of the day. Plus, it'll be out in the sun, which will kind of keep it warm as well. But yeah, so we're just going to sit here for a little bit, give it some time to charge up, and then we will be on the road. Don't look at this. We're not sitting here for 50 minutes. We're actually just going to wait till we get to about 80-85%. Should be plenty. And then we just need enough to get all the way down to Folly Beach and then home. And we need about 50% to get home, at least 50%. So we just want to make sure we have enough buffer to get there. Plus the cabin overheat protection will probably run today while we're at that house because the car will be out in the sun. But anyway, we're going to give us a few minutes to charge up, and then we'll be out on the road. Nice location here as well. It's the Citadel Mall here in North Charleston. Or actually, I guess this is just technically Charleston. I'm not really sure actually. But it's I guess it's like West Ashley. Looks like an ambulance had some work to do this morning. I guess they're off to the hospital or something. But yeah, interesting. Very nice. Just thought I would point this out real quick. Just notice this. It says battery temperature low, charging rate limited by low battery temperature. Vehicle is improving battery temperature to increase charge rate. So it tells you all the information you need to know about what it's doing and why it's doing it. It shows us our price here. Charging at Charleston, South Carolina, 32 cents per kilowatt hour. That's a really good rate for electricity nowadays, especially when you're fast charging. And it shows how much we're dumping into the battery. So really cool, really good to see. Tesla really knows how to knock it out of the park. All right, went for a quick stroll around the Target here. And got back to the car. We're already at 80% state of charge. Looks like it's done preconditioning. And battery is going, well, actually, I lied. Oh, battery almost full. That's what it's saying. So, yep. So the battery is now saying that it's above 80%. So that means it's not really going to charge at the rate of speed that most people would expect. We're only at 61 kilowatts. So I think with that, I think the battery is now conditioned well enough. We're going to get our greatest efficiencies driving the vehicle. We're now at 81%. So I think we're good. I think we should just unplug, get going, get to the house. We got plenty of buffer. And, you know, absolute worst case scenario, I could probably find a plug at the house to plug it into for a few hours if I needed to. But I don't think that's going to be necessary. Actually, let's go ahead and put our route in real quick. So we are going to this place here. It claims that it is, let's see, 15 miles away. Pretty close, about 30 minutes because it's a lot of slow going. And it looks like it's not too bad of a trip, actually. Let's go take a look at that one more time. It really doesn't look like there's any traffic other than getting onto the island, which is pretty typical because it's just a 2-lane road. And, yeah. So it looks like a pretty straightforward trip, about a half an hour from now. So we'll be there at about 10 o'clock. But anyway, let's go ahead and get this car unplugged, ready to go. You can hear the air conditioning screaming right now because we got the AC going. Stay there in the charger, please. All right, flap door closed. And we are now ready to go. Once again, nice area, 12 stalls. I believe this is a version 3, so nice location, nice install. They did a good job of putting this in here. But anyway, let's get out on the road and yeah, have a beach day. Last day here. Getting back in the car for our trip home. Go ahead and throw that trip in there and see what it says. Looks like it shows about, well, only 2.5 hours from here. I thought it was going to be a little longer, about 117 miles. And it says we'll be home about 20 after 4. Not too bad. And that's about it. So we are heading out on the road. Beautiful day. 96 degrees outside, though. So it's a bit warm out.
A bit warm.
Oh, we got to make sure let's reset, let's just reset the current trip. That'll give us everything right there. And we'll see how well we do on the way home. We got 74% state of charge, so we are plenty. We'll see you later. All right, everybody, you join us on our trip heading back. We just left the house about 5 minutes ago. We are heading off of Folly Island now, heading back towards the most highway-looking thing we could possibly find to get us back home. But once again, only showing us about 2.5 hours for full trip, which is, you know, pretty good. So we will see about traffic. Hopefully there'll be none. I think we're leaving early enough on Sunday afternoon where we can avoid most of that. So it's 2 o'clock now. It says we'll be home at about 4:21. And yeah, hopefully everything goes pretty smooth. So we'll see if we see anything cool along the way. We are about 30 miles into this trip, as you can see there, about 51 minutes, 261 watt-hour per mile. Amazing, amazing efficiencies. And we are looking at about an hour and a half left to get home. A little before 4:20 now, so about 4:18 p.m. and about a 35% state of charge is what it's expecting us to have. So we'll see how that accuracy is. Still a beautiful day outside. It's now showing 91 degrees. Traffic has been light now that we're outside of Charleston and Mount Pleasant, so hopefully the rest of this trip looks like this. But yeah, so we are cruising along, and we'll see you and update you in a little bit. Well, within our last half of our trip here, we are 80 miles into this, hour and 42 minutes and 260 watt-hours per mile. Once again, doing awesome. Says we're going to be home in less than an hour, 46 minutes. Road has stayed pretty much like this the whole time, which is awesome to see. And yeah, hopefully once we get closer to home, we won't hit any more traffic either. So we'll see what happens in just a bit. Alright, well, amazing road trip here. We did it in about exactly 2.5 hours. Arrived with 33.2% in the battery. I think it was saying 34 when we left. It shows exactly where everything went. It shows that 4.9 mile per hour wind costed us 1.3% there. So that would throw off that 1% that it thought we were going to arrive with. 117 miles on the dot, 2.5 hours exactly. Wow, we made good time. 253 watt-hour per mile. That is awesome. I really wish it showed average speed, because that would really tie this all together and show us exactly how well we did. But really good trip, really nice time. Let's finish up the video. All right, well, short trip, short weekend getaway, but the Tesla once again has proven that it is worth every bit of its weight in the car, the charging network, reliability, navigation system, like just such an easy thing to do, just going from one spot to another, just seamless, very seamless. And yeah, so I'm really impressed with the trip. Folly Beach was something different that we've never been to before. I'm always curious about it. It's not bad. It's an interesting place. We're used to going to the Outer Banks. If you haven't seen our road trip video with the Outer Banks with the Mach-E, go ahead and take a look at this link up here. That was a really cool trip we took. We actually took the Mach-E onto a ferry, which was really neat. But yeah, so, but gotta say, I'm really impressed with the car. What do you think of the trip? What do you think of Folly Beach, or Folly Island, whatever you want to call it?
Folly Beach was smaller than the Outer Banks.
Lots of smaller, yeah.
So it's definitely different from what we're used to, but it was still nice.
It was a good weekend getaway. Nice to see family and everybody.
We had beautiful weather.
And the weather was beautiful. And yeah, it's very warm. It's August right now. I know I'm probably not going to get this video up for a couple of months, but it was a good trip. Really good trip. But anyway, if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Check us out on all our social media, website down in the description below. Check us out on all our other road trip videos that we've taken with the Tesla. Also our Mach-E. Or if you really want to go back, you can take a look at some of our original road trips in our Hyundai Ioniq EV, which was also a pretty fun time. Anyway, thanks again for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. And we'll see you on the next episode. And remember, welcome to the future.
And welcome to Tech Motoring.
See, this works out very well with the two of us. All right, everybody. We'll see you on the next one.